high-profile people in there. According to DaBaby, Diddy started to get a little touchy and even put his hands around his neck.
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people, he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Mm-hmm. Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others, you know.
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being, you know, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope.
This sent the internet into a frenzy and had a lot of people giving Beyonce the side eye. One person said, "Oh, she came over and introduced herself to you? The Beyonce introduced herself to you? Ooh, wake it up." Another person said, "You let that man put his arm around you, DaBaby? Of course, he took a liking to you. It wasn't even about your music. It was in other ways. And of course, Beyonce did. She weird herself and Jay-Z even weirder. Everybody who went to Diddy's parties is guilty." Some people even went as far as speculating that Jay was out here putting out Beyonce to Diddy. Now, some of y'all might not know this, but there have been allegations about Jay-Z keeping Beyonce out in order to control her and have her doing things she wouldn't usually do if she was sober. Not only that, but Jay also allegedly puts his hands on her when she goes out of order. The rumors were actually started by her ex-bodyguard Uncle Ron, who used to work for her during the early stages of her career.
But I'll say it, man. Yeah, Beyonce's on. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but Jay allegedly keeping her on is very similar to what Diddy was doing to Cassie. If y'all remember, Cassie said the only way she was able to indulge in these freak-offs is if she was on because she wasn't able to do it sober. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. Jaguar Wright also stepped into the chat a few months ago, and she had also accused Jay of keeping Beyonce on substances for the same reasons that Uncle Ron was claiming.
Jay-Z. Why has Jay-Z been coming up with you lately?
Because he's a monster. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in the cabinet.
No, girl.
And then there was this viral video of Beyonce looking zoned out at a basketball game with Jay. She could barely keep her eyes open and kept slowly swinging her head from side to side to stay awake. Her PR team at the time tried to get ahead of the situation by claiming she was just tired from her rehearsals, but nobody was buying it. Shortly after this, Beyonce's assistant told Media Takeout that Jay was putting his hands on Beyonce. The assistant said, "Seems that for a while he's had a problem with keeping his hands to himself." Now, I've never seen him just flat out strike B, but too many times I've seen him shove and push her. At first, I thought that it was just a little horseplay between the two, but once I saw how embarrassed B was to be manhandled in front of me in St. Tropez, I realized that it was no joke. I've been Beyonce's assistant and friend for a while now, and I've always wanted to say something, but I never felt it was my place. He treats Beyonce like she's an object, not a person. Child, it's unclear how far Jay-Z has dragged Beyonce into all this mess, but it's about to get exposed, and no amount of fame or power is gonna be able to stop him, especially when Diddy's trial starts. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, "Beyonce and Jay going down next. It seems like the elites of Hollywood are having a downfall. I love B, but unfortunately, she is caught up in the mess by even being married to Jay. It's been so much said about how he has Beyonce on and everything. My thing is, I'm not surprised B was there at a random Diddy party. Y'all always try to separate y'all faves from the BS, but y'all seem to forget they live that Hollywood life. You can't trust anyone in Hollyweird. Most of your faves have kept silent about all that ish." Another person said, "Jay-Z was good friends with R. Kelly and now Diddy. Seems like a pattern to me, and I don't believe Beyonce was just some innocent bystander through all this." But now I want to know, know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Beyoncé allegedly being at Diddy's freak-off party? And do y'all think Jay-Z was her out like DaBaby is insinuating?